Vedi, secondo. Hey! Swear to God. I'll kill you to death. Hey! Jackie! Oh, lite för nära.
Du?
Oh. Ah, не правильно. Ты можете пробовать это? Круглая штука.
Вот это?
Да. Спасибо.
До тюрьмы пойдем.
А?
До тюрьмы.
Турма, не знаю, смотри, как... Эй!
Да, нормально.
Осторожно, будет нормально.
Скотина.
Swear to God. Go on, you get away from me. And stay away from that fence. Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here. Get palky. Get palky. Swear to God. Why do I have to go through that every time? So this is Leningrad Oblast, and we are coming from the last walk of the night. You're lucky you're getting to walk and not a boot at the arse, dog. It's snowing. It's temperature, сколько температура?
Минус 10.
Huh?
Минус 10.
Come on. So we think it's about minus 10 at night time here. Somewhere around about there, minus 8, minus 10. Oi. Come out of there. Hey, come on. Good boy. Come here. And we're out for the last walk of the night in our settlement with... Hey, come out of there. Hey. Jackie, come out of there. Come on. Good boy. And you as well. I can see your eyes glowing in the dark. So, I can see you. Come out there, Archie. Видно глаза, где он?
Не видно.
But anyway, last walk of the night areas. I knew he was down. I knew he was down there. You're no better. No good telling him off. You're just as bad. You're just as bad. Go on, Kush. Get palky. Get palky. So, we're going to walk out anyway. Last thing at night. Because there's dogs everywhere. And we're going down to the prison. There's a prison down here. It's only a remand prison, so take the drunks in at night, in the day, keep them there overnight, sober up and throw them out in the morning, kind of thing. Often we find people wandering about the forest here. Where's the train platform? 3 kilometres that direction. So, kind of that kind of way. It's about 1 kilometre from, well, roughly 1 kilometre down there. So we'll go and walk down that road there. It's very icy. It's very cold. And but we're going to walk down anyway. And it's the last walk of the night before we turn in for the night. It's 11 o'clock at night. Come on. Oi. Jesus Christ almighty. Without falling over, hopefully. It's very icy. Это что одето-то? Это как...
Сейчас нормально будет.
Это... Не, какой нормально? Это целая дорога, как этот.
Нормально.
It's very, very icy. I'm not happy about walking down here, but the missus is... Missus? Say hello.
Hello, hello.
So we've got our head torches on. And... I'll walk down the side here, it's okay. But obviously not nice. It's cold tonight. Minus 10-ish. So yeah, fairly cold. But I've got my nice gloves on that I bought today. And my hat on that I bought from Gatchina. If you're following the live stream earlier, I was in Gatchina with Aussie Spy. And now I'm down with the Mrs. KGB. Yeah? There?
Not.
She says she's not, but I think she is. I think she's really an agent. But anyway, I think she's an agent watching me, making sure I'm not being agentified. But anyway, so we're off down to the prison just for a walk with the dogs at night. Last thing, we're not staying alive very long. But this is coming from Russia. We are coming from Russia's northern capital, which is St. Petersburg. We're just outside of the town, about 12 kilometers. It's really Leningrad Oblast. I'm not sure where the actual line, in fact I do know where the line is actually. The line between St. Petersburg and the suburb or the region is just along this road here. It's kind of, that's St. Petersburg, this is Leningrad Oblast. So it's a very, very close thing. Very, very icy, very, very careful. Normally when it gets very cold, the ice becomes kind of, you put your foot and you stick to it. It's not like slippery ice, if that makes any sense at all in English. So at the moment it's very slippery ice. It's not cold enough yet to be like that. This is the gate to our settlement. We're in a close... Oh, somebody broke the gate. Slomalo, Lena. Slomalo to tap yet. It keeps getting broken off. Why? Nobody knows. So who's doing it? We don't know. There is a camera on this, but it keeps getting broken off for some reason. So who knows why? Maybe it's just the wind catches it and it gradually breaks it off. I don't know. But anyway, so we are walking down here. It's quite slippery. And if you don't walk down the sides, it's not so bad. Obviously, the car's going up and down here, and it makes it quite slippery. But if you're in the live stream, welcome. But we're not staying on long because it is late at night. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's cold, -10, and so we won't be staying out too long. It's only the last walk of the evening. Give them dogs a run. I was out all day, so, and the wife was working all day, so didn't get a chance to walk the dogs very much. Only a short walk this morning and during the day, so need a walk before I see the other one, the black dog there, Wolf Face. He's very full of beans. He's not ready for sleeping yet, so I'm proselytising this. Cars are going up and down. This is a... Don't you dare! Don't you dare! We don't chase cars. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. There's this thing about chasing cars. Cold, well, cold night. Yeah, it is a cold night, but it's not that cold. -10. It's not too cold. How are the pups doing? I'm glad you are letting them run. Of course, yeah, they're fine. They, like I said, I've been out all day. I haven't been here all day, so get them out for a last run at night. They're full of beans, unfortunately, and they need that last run just to shift that energy before they sleep. Tonight, sleep in the house in this weather. Obviously, don't leave them outside. No danger with leaving them outside in a kennel, but we keep them inside the house. In fact, Wolfie boy probably better off outside, but in the new place in Novgorod, the wolf dog, he will be in a permanent kennel outside, but it'll be a heated kennel, and the other one will be probably indoors. We'll have to see. Почему ты вчера?
Вот это место
Скользкое очень. Нет, очень нормально.
Тебе нравится?
Yes. So she said. So that's what we're doing. In Novgorod, where we're Stara Russa, where we're building the house, if you're following the video series, you'll see that up there is a problem with, not really a problem, but you have to be aware of wolves, not attacking humans, but they will take, if you've got a dog tethered up, they'll take a dog at night time and eat it. What is that laying there? Something flashing the door there. A cigarette?
Да.
Wonder what the heck that was there flashing in the ground. He may escape if they're separated. I don't know. But so up there, obviously the problem with wolves. So really, either in a kennel, they'll have to be locked into a kennel, kind of a run, where wolves can't get at them, or indoors, so one or the other. Haven't decided which yet. Don't particularly want dogs in the house, but obviously can't leave them out in the cold. Summer's fine, but winter obviously can't leave. The wolf dog, he'll be fine there, outside. He'll be absolutely fine. His coat is long enough to be outside, but obviously with being inside all the time, his coat, as it doesn't develop during the winter as it should do. Strangely enough, he doesn't shed his coat, it doesn't molt like the other one does. It's a lot different. He will shed his fur much earlier than the other dog, and his winter coat will not come till much later, kind of thing. So very different timings. Well, that's his outdoor nature, isn't it? Kind of thing. Most dogs, they start shedding their fur, or molting, we call it, early on, or at the same time. He doesn't. He's very much later, and he doesn't shed as much fur as probably the German Shepherd. Nowhere near as much. Not. You know, the other dog will be clumpy. You know, if you don't brush him, he'll be clumpy. Where the wolf dog won't be. A bit different. Yes, many wolves in that area, right? Not in this area here, St. Petersburg, no, but in Novgorod, yes. A lot of wolves. It's been a problem in the town for some time, some years. It was in the newspapers actually. They brought up about 200 hunters from Moscow region. They came up to hunt they had a massive cull of wolves, because basically they were being a pain in the ass. They don't attack humans, but what they do is they'll take, like I said, domesticated animals. They'll go through rubbish, things like that, and howl in at night time. Apparently it was just murder. They come in to just howl in at the moon, the wolves do, and then people just got fed up with it, and they're still walking. Still walking. And people got fed up with it all day, so they brought it was in the newspapers, about 200 hunters came up from Moscow, and they had a massive cull of the wolves, and now they're... Wait. Давай, окей. Я тебе говорю. Я говорил, это опасно здесь. Я не хочу туда. Давай обратно. Давай, окей.
Это место, я же тебе говорю,
Вот
уходить надо.
зачем ты туда? Зачем туда?
Ты меня сюда тащишь.
Я не тащит, не греет.
Говорю же, здесь скользко, не надо ходить. Нет, он сюда прется.
Да, вот на снег. Это опасная эта дорога. Упал. Давай, руки.
Нет, я не могу пока.
Конечно могу. Не могу сидеть там, наверное. Давай, пешком. Yeah, Mrs. fell over. It's alright, she's living, but it hurts when you fall over, when you're getting older. Греет. Давай. Эй! Очень скользкий, там очень супер скользкий.
Ты меня сюда...
Я вот на снег, я знаю, я чувствую сразу это скользкий. Я тебе говорил, эта дорога не надо. Я тебе говорил сразу. Эй, Jackie! Help! Oh, there we go. My girlfriend's family is from St. Petersburg. That's nice. Have you ever been on the Trans-Siberia? Not the Trans-Siberia Railway, no I haven't. I have been on the... what would you call it? We went from kind of overnight train from Kiev in Ukraine to, before the war obviously, from Kiev to Mukachevo. It's an overnight trip. And then we went from Mukachevo back to the border of Russia, of Belarus, sorry, it passes through Belarus, and we had to stop there because they didn't have a visa for, there was no, it was visa at that time. There was no coming into Belarus without a visa, and you weren't allowed to enter Belarus via train or car. It was only by plane, so we had to get off and we moved. So no, I've never been on the Trans-Siberian, but we've had a nice, it's very nice on those trains. Well, they were still Soviet trains, you know, at the time. Как ноги?
Хорошо.
Да? Это выбирает дорога опасная, это просто лед везде. Почему я не знаю? Я, вот, Лена, я пешком обратно сегодня, я вот через эту дорогу. Дачная, я не еду туда. Я знал эту дорогу. Это просто всегда туда. So very icy out here tonight. А ты был в Сибири пояс, Лена? Сибирский?
Нет.
Нет? So my wife's not been on it either, so.
Мы с тобой на север.
Да, я сказал.
В Апатиты.
Oh yeah, we went to... Сколько времени это был? За один ночь?
Мы там неделю жили. Какой
Нет, на поезд сколько?
На поезде.
24 часа.
Нет.
So we went...
От Питера, да.
Yeah, so we went on the kind of, not Siberian railway, I've forgotten. We'd gone on, it's the Arctic.
Киров. Это крайний север.
Yeah,
Крайний север. Обская губа.
Yeah, so we went on the railway that goes from here to St. Petersburg to Apatit for skiing. And it's 24 hours on the train. You have a sleeper coach on there, and that's way up where Apatit touches Norway. There's a Norwegian-Russian border. There is a border up there, and it's very, 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 very cold up there.
Киров, помнишь, мы там на лыжах катались?
Да, я помню, вспомнил. I'd forgotten that we'd actually been up there. How far is Novgorod from St. Petersburg? Our small town of Staraya Russa is about 300 and something kilometers, 300 kilometers or so, depending which way you go. Yeah, about 300 kilometers. What's that? About 160 miles, something like that. It's about 4 hours. You know, they've built a paid toll motorway that runs from here to there, and the speed limit on there is 140 kilometers an hour. But you can do 160 on it, so you can imagine you can get there a bit quicker than my van. My van won't go 160 kilometers an hour. I'm not sure what that is in miles, but wow, the Laplands. But yeah, you can get up there a lot quicker than you could if you were driving on normal roads. I think you could probably do Novgorod in about 3 hours if you went on the toll road and just belted it all the way. And even after the toll road, there's a little bit between Staraya Russa and Velika Novgorod. There's about 100 kilometers, and even that's on a very fast road as well. So you could do about 100 k's down there, which is what, I don't know, about 70 miles an hour or something. So not sure how fast 160 kilometers an hour is. That must be over 100, right? I would think. I'm not sure how, I can't work that out. 90 kilometers an hour is 56 miles an hour in it, so 90 kilometers, yeah, so 160 is probably around about 100 miles an hour in it. You can go on that road quite legally and belt it up there if you want. Probably if you had a car capable of doing that, you'd probably do it in about 2 hours. But obviously my van is not capable of doing that, nowhere near it. I'm lucky to get 90 out of it. So but anyway, when it's working, whenever that's going to be, who knows. But, back up to the settlement now. The missus has fallen over and she's not herself, she's alright. But it is cold out tonight, very cold, but not as cold as it's going to be. Who knows. We've had the coldest we've experienced here is about minus 38 Celsius, but that was a few years ago and it didn't last long. It was only like about a week or so. Normally it hovers in a normal winter, it would hover about minus 17, plus or minus 17. A very cold spot you can hit, you know. Hey, Ostrożnie. Zbugala mnie. Thought she'd fallen over. Dawaj сюда. Осторожно, осторожно, осторожно. А вот это ботинки надо менять, Лена. Они нельзя. Это нельзя, вот это. Они опасны. Year in, year out, I tell her. Don't go out in soft shoes. You need to get proper boots on. And year in, year out, she falls over. Women, they don't listen. Not too bad. I always wanted to visit Russia. You should visit Russia, Eric. Eric, Mindbone. You should visit Russia. You should. It's not a difficult task. A visa is very easy to obtain. A tourist visa, very easy to obtain. You should come here and see the place for yourself and see what lies the Western media pump out, because they really do pump out some crap. Some funny ones. We laugh at them, obviously. I think some of the funniest ones are the no toilets. What's that about stealing chips out of washing machines? Whoever come up with that one, God knows. Some clever journalist, but that is more cold than where I live. Yeah, we normally we're about -17 normally here, but at the moment it's -10, and as you get older, you feel the cold. You really do feel the cold. Well, I was out today. I had thermal trousers on, kind of sort of like running pants, running trousers, you know, and then trousers over the top of them, so double layer, so I don't get cold. Obviously, nice warm coat and whatever, and didn't get cold at all. I'm sure they do. I prefer to sit. Yeah, you should come to Russia. Nobody wants to come to Russia. It's not difficult to ask. It's not difficult to get a visa. It's not difficult. It's kind of expensive to get in now, because you have to fly through probably Turkey to get here. But it's wait a bit longer until Kiev puts the white flags up and the war's over, and then come and visit, and you'll be able to. When I was here, the last time I flew, it cost me $30 to fly from London Stansted straight into St. Petersburg in about 4 hours. So it was really quick. I would always watch RT before it was taken off YouTube. It was upset by that. Там очень опасный тоже.
Да это быстро.
Well, story. Jackie, I take. I'll stay. Jackie, I take. Come on. I've gone home. Come on. So, yeah, I mean, you can get RT still if you hunt for it. You could use a VPN or something and get onto it. The other dog's gone, he's vanished. Jack-chan, come on! Come on! At the Zabor. There he is. So, yeah, you can get RT if you go on Telegram. You can get RT on Telegram, but only if you get Telegram not from the App Store, but from Telegram site. Then you can get things that are not blocked. But yeah, it is a problem. West media does block out anything that they don't want you to hear. I think the thing they're blocking out at the moment, if you're following the Ukraine conflict, I don't talk about it very much because it's boring. We've had enough of it, and I don't follow it enough to know all the news. But if you do follow it, you would know that the second in command of Ukraine, of Zelensky's best pal, is Ostorozny, has been suspected of embezzlement of Western funds designed for Ukraine to the tune of billions. This is his second in command, so I forget with him, Yurav or something like that. So yeah, they won't tell you that in the West, will they? Of course they won't. You can still get Didn't know you could still get it. I like to know it's under. Yeah, you can get it. RT is a good channel. It's okay. You've got to remember it's from all mass media, all of it, whether it comes from, or mainstream media, whether it's coming from Russia or whether it's coming from somewhere else, they put their own spin on it, you know what I mean? So you're not going to get the absolute truth. I don't think from any of the mass media. Independent journalists are very good. Look on Rumble for people like Graham Phillips, what's his face, that American guy, Patrick Lancaster. If you want to see news, what's going on, a really good channel is the Duran on Telegram. The Duran, and they're also on YouTube and Rumble and all. They're everywhere. And the Duran is really, he's based in London actually, and he's really thorough, really knows what he's on about. And if it's the Ukraine conflict, have a look on YouTube for the military summary channel, and they're a good channel as well if you're into that kind of stuff. And that'll give you a good idea of what's really going on, rather than the narrative that Ukraine's going to come to surround Moscow at any minute, and you know, this kind of nonsense, whatever it is they come up with. What was it? They'll be on the beach in Crimea in the summer or something, whatever it was. Yeah, righto. Of course they will. I like Graham Phillips. Everyone likes Graham Phillips. He's a likeable character, but he's been blocked off YouTube. He's blocked everywhere, isn't he? Unfortunately, he's been sanctioned by the UK government. Really sad story what happened to him. He's really been. You talk about democracy and freedom of press, and all he was showing was the truth from the Russian side. Well, not even from the Russian side, really. He was showing it from the separatist side. He was showing what was happening in real time. There was no propaganda or anything. And ostrożny. And because of that, yeah, he got sanctioned and banned, didn't he, off everything. Really sad. I'll catch up with Graham. You get Graham on Telegram. He's got a Telegram channel. It's a bit unruly. It's a bit. It's not moderated at all. So it's a bit unruly. But he is on Rumble, I think. He uploads his video. It's a bit quiet at the moment. Doesn't do much reporting. I don't know if he's working on something, some big report. But he is on Rumble. Yeah, but he's kind of quiet. He did send me an email a while back, but that was a long time back when I did something. But nice fella, I really like him. Patrick Lancaster is another one. Is another good reporter. I know Graham Phillips and Patrick Lancaster have been going toe to toe for some time. They do well. Graham Phillips slags him off. He's not quite. Patrick Lancaster doesn't do any much slagging, does he? But got to be careful. It's very slippery. Watching ostrożny. Watching ostrożny. Yeah, like I say, it's very slippery out tonight. Be very careful. If you walk in the snow down the centre here, but centre, show. If you walk in the centre where the snow is, it's okay. But if you walk on the ice, where the car's been running, it's not. It's cold. The breezes call it cuts right through you. Well, come on, Rumble. Yeah, you can get on Rumble. Graham Phillips. Where the ice is not, it's not so cold yet to. When it's very cold, it's kind of sticky, the ice, and you don't slip on it. It's okay. But it's this kind of weather, it's not, and it's. St. Petersburg has funny weather. Do you know if it's possible to visit Russia via Alaska? I have no idea. I have no idea. You could probably walk across when it's frozen, right? So I hear. That I have never looked into that. It is difficult to come across in different places, you know. I mean, you just don't know.
Минус 60 и белые медведи там.
Yeah, polar bears are minus 60 up there, she says. So, you should watch out for bears, obviously. So, we have got a plan. There's a plan. me and Aussie Spy have come up with something today, some kind of funny comedy thing with evolving bears. Now, so I have to keep an eye out for that and see if we can do it or not, pull it off or not, I don't know. But if there are any flights or Bering Sea voyages, I have no idea, you'd have to look it up. I don't know. I mean, obviously, Russia is the biggest country in the world, is it? I think it is. And, you know, I can't possibly know every single border crossing point and things like that, you know. You'd have to look it up on Google or something, you know. But I'm sure there's all kinds of... I mean, it's a cold area. I mean, it might sound romantic, you know. There's a channel out there, Wild Siberia. It might sound romantic, but reality is it's very harsh weather, very hard to live in places like that. It's not for me for sure. They get up in Siberia. They've got obviously they get the very cold. But more machine. But not only have they got the cold, but they've also got in the summertime they get very hot summers. Strangely, because of all the water from the snow and the melt and all that, they get millions and millions and millions of mosquitoes. They get inundated with mosquitoes. So you can imagine harsh climate in the winter, a long time in the winter, and then getting eaten to death by mosquitoes in the summer. So not for your average person in Siberia. Not for me. Anyway, pardon me. Not for me, that's for sure. It does seem romantic. I was thinking of visiting Vladivostok that way. Vladivostok, which is was formerly Stalingrad. Vladivostok. I'd like to go there myself. There's a huge monument there. A massive monument that I'd like to go and see. They're actually talking about renaming the city to Stalingrad again. Apparently some locals did a petition where they wanted to rename it to Stalingrad, and they asked on TV, they asked President Putin in public whether it could be renamed to Stalingrad, and he was like, you'd have to ask the local population what they think. He was kind of non-committant on it, Ostorozny. He was very non-committal on that one, so I don't know how that could be, whether they'll do that or not. But yeah, romantic in the freezing cold it is not. We are on wood-fired central heating here, and you can imagine, so yeah, we get free heating, but if that fire goes out, which it will do at night time because we don't run it all night obviously, and then in the morning wake up and it's cold, so you have to put on we have electric heaters as well as a supplement, which we have running to keep the place warm. If you don't keep the place warm, and if you've not got your heating on, or your wood burner on, first it gets cold, pipes freeze. So then you have all that kind of problems. It's harsh climate, even here in St. Petersburg. You know, it can be, if it dropped to a temperature. I mean, was it last year? No, the year before. Our pipe from our well to our house froze under the ground. Nothing we could do about it under there, so I had to literally cut the pipe that it comes into the house, and I attached another piece of pipe with a heater cable in the pipe. It was all insulated, and I dropped it straight into the well to pump our water, and that had to be on 24 hours. It was up, that was like that until quite well into summer actually, before it melted and freed itself up. So, you know. Do you also have a wood burning? Yeah, I've got a wood burning stove. Yeah. We've got a big, like an Aga type thing. So it's a wood burning stove that you can cook on the top plate. You can cook your meals inside it. You've got an oven, and also it has a back boiler, so it feeds radiators around the house and an indirect water heater, 200 litre. What do you call it? Emergency heater, you know, a boiler, water boiler. So it feeds, so that wood burner heats the house and produces hot water as well. So a bit of everything. But wood stoves, again, they show you in the nice pictures, you've got this And there's always like a scantily clad woman, lady, girl, in front of a wood stove, or a romantic thing where they've got wine and nice carpet, you know. And it's all very romantic, and you know, you can see what they're about to get down to business in front of the fire, you know, that kind of picture. Very romantic. But in reality is cutting firewood. If you're cutting it yourself, I cut my own. It's a long process. It's not only a process where you're cutting the firewood, you then got to stack it, and then when you stacked it, you're constantly coming in and out from the shed fetching in timber all day. So basically, if you're on wood-fired central heating, you can't leave the house in the winter. Somebody's always got to be around the house in the winter, otherwise the fire goes out, things freeze. So, or you're putting electric heaters on. So, you know, not that ain't romantic, but it's dirty. Wood burners throw muck out everywhere. You know, I wouldn't. It's not my idea of fun to have a wood burner. And we only did it here. I mean, they talk about off-grid, and they say, you know, off-grid and petite. There's a certain group of YouTubers who are going around pretending, in Russia as well, who are pretending to be off-grid. And really, it's just lies. They, you know, we were the first in this forest to live here permanently. When we came here, this road that I've just walked up here didn't exist. This is a new road that it's actually built about 2 years ago when they started building this banya here, public Ostrožna, Naprava, really centre. When they started building that, before that, this was just a track to the forest, and we were the only ones in the forest in the winter. There's nobody else here, and we were completely off grid. There was no electric here. In fact, we were off. We didn't have electric for 7 years when we came here, so I know all about off-grid, and it's not the fun that they make it out to be, pretending to be in a off-grid thing. I mean, I was even watching some today where somebody claiming to be off-grid. I'm not even mentioning his channel name. Claiming to be off-grid, and then you've got a solar panel. So where are they getting the electric from? You know what I mean? Complete lies. Before I'm cutting and stacking wood was always my job. Yeah, it's a horrible job. I like the fact that yours is hooked up to the radiator and hot water system. It's a good system, but I would say that when you first, it's got a good size of. If you look it up, you can look on Google. Look up Super Thermo Plus is what is the actual name of it, and they're made in Serbia. Super Thermo. I forgot the brand name, but I think you look up Super Thermo and you look at them. They've got a wood bit, and then a cooking bit, and they've got the ashtray. So they've got 4 doors, and the top is a glass-fronted door. The front is a glass-fronted door where you put your wood in, and on the top you've got a big flat thing you can cook on. So Super Thermo Plus it's called, is the thing, and they're good. But like I said, wood burners, doesn't matter what they claim in the adverts, the reality is that, you know, we got the one, you can buy them in different variations. All you got, so you got ones with a bigger cooking side and a smaller fire side, or you can get a bigger fire side and a smaller cooking side, whatever. We opted for the biggest fire side and the smallest oven side. Obviously, more wood you can get in there, bigger. And even with that, if you can imagine, if you were to stack it up with timber right to the very top, and cut small timber bits and fill it right to the top, and then open that there's a metal thing on the top you could open and drop it in from above. You could fill it right to the very, very, very gills, you know, absolutely. There's not a little space left there, and even so, and then close it right up. So you've got a damper on the bottom to close it up, and then you've got a damper on the chimney as well, so you can half close the chimney to slow it all down. And even with everything closed up, it still is only about 6 hours maximum. So if you can imagine, if you were to fill that up at midnight to the very brim and close it all up, by 6 o'clock in the morning, it would be dead. You'd have to refill it. So my phone is telling me I'm down to 15%, which means it's going to cut off very quickly. We're on the way, we're almost home now. That's what temperature does to phone batteries. It doesn't last long. So yeah, not ideal. The other thing we're doing is called briquettes. And briquettes are compressed. What do you call it? Sawdust with wood glue. That's basically, and they compress them into this lump called a briquette. And they burn well. They burn for a long time. They're probably one of those if you're filled up. Actually, you can get 2.5 packets in hours. 2.5 packets of these things in completely. And with that, you get about between 8 and 10 hours out of it. But then it starts to get expensive. Sounds convenient. It's not convenient. It's horrible. I don't. If you're on solid fuel, it's expensive. Not only is it expensive, it's dirty. Every time you light the fire, every time you open the door to put a piece of wood in, you get a bit of smoke comes back. Every time, no matter how slowly you open it, how carefully, you're always going to get a bit back. And consequently, your house is full of dust all the time. All the time. It's always dusty. Спасибо. You're always you've always got dust in the house all the time. So it's briquettes smell of glue. They don't smell nice. They're not nice, believe me. They're horrible things. It's not nice. The best smell is if I cut fresh timber down tomorrow. If I went into forest here and cut a nice silver birch down, had that burning, burn it fresh, that's a gorgeous smell. Briquettes, most definitely not. They're horrible things. They're absolutely horrible. But yeah, and of course, if you use briquettes all the time, they block up your chimney with the ash soot that will stick to your chimney, and then you get what they get. Yeah, not good. I don't like them. Maybe thinking of something. Maybe, I don't know. But briquettes not good. I don't recommend hot solid fuel one bit. It's not the unless you have. We were, like I said, we had no electric for 7 years there when we first came here. There was nobody else in the forest, so we were completely off grid. And because of that, we put that in because obviously we don't need electric to run it, and it's running on an indirect system, so you don't need a pump. You got sort of a header tank in the loft, right in the ceiling, in the roof space. You got a header tank up there, and from that header tank, you get natural circulation, so heat rises, and then it comes down into radiators and circulates. But it's not that effective. Huh? Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, gulać solid here, so she wants to walk up to Igor's place, and I'm not. When we first came here, hey! Swear to God, dog! Come here! No! Stop it! Hey! No! Come on, get a palki. Come on. Get a palki, go on. Shut up. Motley. Come on. Shut up. Get a palki. Yeah, you may make sure chimney sweep from time to time. Yeah, you do need a chimney sweep. Must be quite an experienced wild doggy. He's wild, he's mad. Bonkers, aren't you? Yeah, an experience I wouldn't want to repeat, being living off grid. I can tell you, it's not the romantic thing where they're making a house out of bamboo sticks in the forest and then cooking the dinner, which you've seen on YouTube a million times. It's not that at all. Being off grid is horrible. It's dirty because if you're off grid, you've got a water supply, or you're fetching it from a well, which we were doing. We had a petrol pump, so I wouldn't. No, it's not for me at all. I wouldn't recommend it. Ooh, that is bright, isn't it? So almost back at the house now. Just woke, the battery's about to die, 5%. So, but yeah, Wouldn't recommend it. New house is having gas. There's no more bloody wood burners or anything like that. Dirty bloody wood burners. Not for me at all. I have had enough of it. So, okay, folks, that's me done for the night. Dogs have walked. I'm walked. Wife's walked. So we're all walked out, and it's time for beddy bites time. So have a lovely night wherever you are. I'll see you again in the next live stream. Not sure when it'll be, but sometime in the future. Okay, take care everybody, and tomorrow pick up the phone and say hello to your mum, your dad, or your sister, or your brother, whoever's you've got alive, and they'll love you for it. Okay, take care folks. Peace to everybody. I'm out of here.